Alright, so our shark is almost there. We just have to put in our base color to bring it all together. So like I said in the last lecture, our base color is going to be our pink colored pencil. I'm using the Prismacolor, so if you're not using Prismacolors, just go ahead and try to find a pink colored pencil that matches this pink. So what we're going to do is just fill in the empty spots with our pink, but we have to remember, like in the previous lectures, we can't bring a darker color over into a lighter color. We have to bring the lighter color into the darker color. So we're going to take our pink and we can go over our layers of shadow in here, but we cannot take our pink and go over our layers of highlights. It's going to mess the whole thing up. So we have to stop our pink right along this line of our highlights and shadows, and then we'll go back in and bring our highlights down into our pink. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's start with this back fin and just take our pink and go over the whole entire thing. And remember, we're not pressing super hard. We want still a little bit of paper to show through to blend really well with all of these colors. Alright, now let's move up to our head and we're just going to work this way. So take our pink, just add it all in here. Remember not to go too far up into the highlights, because after we're done, we're going to take our highlights and pull them into our pink. But we can go over this shadow right in here. Let's pull our pink a little bit in here to make these highlights not so intense, just very lightly. There we go. Now in very few places we will go over our highlights with the pink, just because we don't want the highlights in that area to be so intense. We want them to look a little bit more subtle. Like in this area, we're just going to take our pink and just go straight over all of that. And down here, we'll go over straight all over that. We did a little bit down here because we didn't want those highlights as intense, but when we go back through with our highlights, we'll go back over this a little bit to bring it back to life a little bit more. So let's go ahead and just go over all of our gills right here. And let's do his chin right down here. We're just going over all of our shadows. Also, you guys, if you want, you can put a piece of paper down on the half of the shark you're not drawing on so you don't smear it with your hand. I'm not going to, just so you guys, it doesn't look confusing to you guys while you're watching me. But if you want to, feel free to go ahead and do that. Alright, now let's move down here to his bottom fin. And you can, remember, go a little bit up into your highlights, and it's not that bad with this color because pink isn't much darker than this peach color. So we can go a little bit up into there. We just really don't want to get into that bright yellow. Alright, there we go. Now we just have this area, and we'll go over all of our shadows down here. Very nice. And we'll come up into this shadow and just get this. And his tail. Alright, and there you go. So now let's take our two highlight colors and let's see what areas need to be blended more with our highlights. Oh, we actually forgot a little spot right here up on his fin. Let's just take our pink real quick and color this in. Alright, there we go. So we have all our pink colored in. Now I'm thinking right around here we want to take our yellow and lightly bring it down into our pink to bring it together a little bit more, just like that. See, it really pulls that peach color out and makes it a lot more vibrant. Alright, there we go. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing down here. And so we're pulling our yellow into our pink. Let's pull our yellow a little bit up into here. Alright, and then along here, let's pull our yellow down in front of our gills. Pulling our yellow down in here. See, and as you can see, when you pull that yellow over our peach color, it really enhances it a lot more and makes it look really nice. and up along here. And finally, let's go along his tail. Alright, and there you go. We have added all of our color into our shark. He looks super beautiful and vibrant. We have our nice color scheme and then a little bit of green to make it pop and make it look interesting. So once you've done this and colored in your shark, if you need to, go back and look at some spots, how I did them if you're a little bit confused. And then move on to the next lecture where we'll add our final little details and any cleanups we need to do, and I'll show you how to do that. And then you will have a complete little cartoon shark character.